Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope everybody's doing well. Got some, well, not issues. Not really. We have a new song. And somebody asked to leave. Now, what I did was, I went back and I played around with the 7-day advance. And it does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does get villagers to ask to leave. My issue with it is, no matter how many hours you spend doing that, it's always the same 2 villagers, and then nobody asks. Now that's how it's always turned out for me. I can go to Christmas and come back, and it'll be the same 2 villagers asking to leave. I even tried, what I did was I completely left the game. I just shut the whole thing off and I did something else, and then I came back, tried it again, and it did change the 2 villagers, but it's only ever 2. A majority of the time you'll get like 1 villager will say it 3 times, and then a new villager will come along, and then when you go back, that first villager will be asking again. That's the problem I have with it. However, this particular time that I did it, it was Plucky asking, and I really didn't want her to go. So I did the 7-day thing about 6 times, and I was getting anxious because I'm like, I'm going to go back and nobody's going to be asked to leave. I guarantee it. Because it was always just Plucky. And when I came back, it was Chief. So I lucked out in a very sad way because I like Chief, and I think Chief is beautiful, and he's a grump, and I love the grumps. But he's someone that we've already had. I didn't have him personally, but my daughter did. So I'm familiar with him. And I just did not realize that. In the back of my mind, I'm like, pretty sure my daughter's had this guy. So it's Chief and Ozzy that we want to get rid of. Chief happened to be the one that asked, so I said, okay. I hate to see you go, darling, but... And this guy, I like the lions and the tigers. I know a lot of people don't. And I'm like, have I had you before? And then it said Elvis, and I could have swore that Elvis was one of the, either a koala or an anteater. I did not know there was an Elvis lion. Is he the only Elvis in the game? Obviously, he must be. They only have the name once. So that threw me off. But no, I don't want another Grouch. And I'd rather save our new lazy for when our lazy asks to leave. So this time, I'm going to take it slow. And I'm going to try to get someone first I've never had, my daughter's never had, my nieces have never had. They have to speak to me. They just have to speak to me. I've had Eric before. He was actually my very first lazy villager when I started playing the game. Marina was my first normie. Raine the rhinoceros was my first sister. And the jock is the only one throwing me, but I'm almost positive it was Sly. It was Raine and Sly who came to the island with me. But don't quote me on it. I just know I've had Sly. And I recognize Ruby instantly. I've had Ruby. Absolutely adore Ruby. I believe she's a Peppy. And my niece has Ruby as well. But she is pretty. very pretty. And she was sweet. She was a lot of fun to have on an island. So I'm going to go off topic here for a minute because I am sorry. I know this is probably something I shouldn't do because I can't prove it. You know, visual proof. And I've looked and I've looked and I've looked and I've looked and I cannot find it. So my only guess is that they took it down. But yesterday, I'm telling you, every time I leave this room, okay, now you've got to understand, my mother is 90. She still has a landline and she watches national news every night without fail. Whether she's interested or not, it's like a habit. Anyway, every time I come out of this room, something outrageous is being said on that stupid boob tube. And yesterday, that would be Monday, the 21st of August, when Hurricane Hillary was doing its worst on the West Coast. I'm sorry, you know, it's a disaster and I'm not laughing at that, but oh my gosh. During this broadcast, they cut to a local news station getting all freaked out about an earthquake that was occurring as the hurricane was in full force. And the guy, the voiceover guy, I am so sorry. He said, okay, but experts warn, experts assure us, or something like that. Experts say that the hurricane had nothing to do with the earthquake. I stopped in my tracks and I'm like, what did I just hear? And I'm looking at the TV going, he did not just say that. I know he didn't just say that. There's no way he said that came out of his mouth. The hurricane had nothing to do. Thank you. That is so reassuring to know. Oh my gosh. I what do you say to something like that? How do you respond? I think they took it down, and that's why I can't find proof of it. That was the most hilarious bit of information that I have heard in quite some time. And I've been hearing some doozies, let me tell you. Who would even assume that the weather can control the earth? Is that how climate activists think now? I don't know. I'm not up on that either. I ignore that. I am far too old to fall for that pack of lies, but that's beside the point. I'm sorry, that's my sense of humor. Experts. Who are the experts who need to study this? Oh, look at Al. I think he's in the bottom tier too. I want Al. He's a lazy though. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't want to look for a lazy until we lose our lazy, which is good heavens. And the odd thing is, every time one of these villagers asks to leave, Ozzy's running around doing the airplane thing in the background. He's just taunting me. I know he is. It's so annoying. And speaking of Ozzy, okay, I keep forgetting. I don't record a majority of what I do. You know, it has to be specific for me to start recording. And maybe that's a mistake of mine, but whatever. I keep forgetting to show you proof of why Ozzy is really annoying. And a majority of it is the things he gives me and the letters he writes, sometimes with a gift attached. And, you know, it could just be my mood. I don't know, but I don't think so. He's the one who gave me that fake art that I have. I believe I put it, pretty sure I put it near the museum. It's that big tub, and if it's got a lid on it with a handle, it's fake. He gave me that. I was wearing a specific outfit, and I stopped to talk to him, and he said something like, your outfit looks cool, but there's like an undertone to his words. I don't know how to describe it. And he goes, I have the perfect item to go with that outfit. And he gave me a beige do-rag. And it completely clashed with everything that I was... I know, it's just a game. I know. You don't have to keep reminding me. I am well aware that I'm being silly and petty and dumb. I know. But, it's irritating. To say the least. It is so irritating. I've had T-bone before, but it seems like all I'm getting are grumps and lazies, doesn't it? And I know a Grouch asked to leave, but I already have Spike. Chief was just an added bonus. I will find someone, they will strike me as okay, and they'll be new. And I will take them. I do have 50 Nook... I keep 50 Nook Mile tickets in my inventory. Wow, doing well here. I'm sorry, I know you can't see where I'm recording, but I get easily distracted visually. And that's why I sound like, yeah, Raine, she was my very first sister. And I'm pretty sure she came with Sly. On my very first island. But my daughter keeps telling me that's not true. I bought the Switch, I got Animal Crossing, I opened it up, and I started playing. And then I found out that you could have more than one person play on that Switch. I didn't know that. So I deleted that island, I started up a new one, and I included my daughter. 2 weeks later, she got her own Switch. So I deleted that second island and I started the third one. And she's telling me that my first sister was Pashmina? Is Pashmina even a sisterly? I thought she was a snooty. I don't know. I have no idea. I just don't remember. It was that long ago. I've had Snake. I believe my daughter had Snake. And one of us has his amiibo card? I could be wrong. I could be getting him mixed up with the one who looks like a secret squirrel. I don't know his name. Agent S. I know I have his amiibo card. But whatever. So anyway, I always keep 50 Nook Mile tickets in my inventory, and then whatever I spend looking for a villager, I replenish so that there's always 50 in my inventory. But I kind of went out and... Oh. That's not June, that's Pico. Yes, okay, that's Pico. Never had Pico before. I just don't know what her personality type is. She looks like a snooty. Okay, she's a normie. But I've never had her before. Maybe she could be friends with Lali? Although she's living in a different part. Well, it doesn't matter. Because I'll be moving things around again anyway soon. Because that is something else. I suppose we could discuss it in subsequent videos, but the layout of the island is slowly but surely changing and coming together. And now I have to start thinking about the other firsts. Things that I've never done before, and one of those includes finishing the museum. And it's not gonna be easy. I'm a little worried about it, but I figure I'll put it all together, I'll show it in a video exactly what I need and my plans for it. But we chose Pico, and I hope everybody's happy with that. Thank you very much for sticking with me to the end of this video, and for your continued support of my channel. Really appreciate that. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. I'm still looking for bottles. I only got one this whole run. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.